Everyone seems to have that kryptonite. For me, it's Liquid IV. For Dave, it's garlic. For Hugh Freeze, it's believing in Peyton Thorne. And for Mark Stoops, it's literally Shane Beamer, because once again, the trifecta has been complete. South Carolina dominates Kentucky at Kroger Field, 31-6 victory. And we got to talk about it. Welcome on into the SEC Unfiltered Post-Game Show. He's Dave Shumate. I'm Cole Thompson. Make sure that you hit the follow button and subscribe down below, because this is your number one source for all things SEC. Make sure that also you download the podcast version of the show wherever you get your podcast listening systems. Follow us on the social channels, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at SEC Unfiltered. To yell at me and Dave for being idiots, make sure that you follow him on Twitter at Mach10 Sports, me on Twitter at Mr. Cole Thompson, and to check out all of our great work, make sure you visit SECUnfiltered.com. This episode of SECU is brought to you by Game Time. Use the promo code when you download the app, SECU, for $20 off your very next purchase. Willie B is going to be rocking and rolling next Saturday morning when LSU comes to town. You got that momentum? Make sure that you go get your tickets now. Use the promo code SECU for $20 off. Dave, 31-6 final score. I'm just going to get this out of the way. We're all idiots. We're all very wrong. We all picked Kentucky. And I'm not going to speak for Dave and Chris. I won't do that, because if I did take the line at +9.5, and I did say that this defense was going to absolutely dominate this week. So real fast, I'm a dummy, Gamecock Nation. Dummy. Just straight dummy. I'm an idiot.
No, I don't think you're dumb. I think we all thought South Carolina's defense would keep them in the game. There's videos out there of all of us talking about how South Carolina's front could keep them in this game. I just don't think – I think all of us and everybody in the country probably underestimated how bad Kentucky's offense was.
I think there's a truth to both, though. That's the problem, Dave.
Both things are in the middle. Both things are true. But South Carolina's defense is solid. I still have questions at the back end. But the defensive front's good. They can stay healthy. I still think when they face an Ole Miss – they face in Oklahoma. They face in Alabama. Or no, they don't play Alabama. Sorry. They face Ole Miss. Even next week's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a much bigger challenge than it was today. Again, from the LSU standpoint, LSU has much better weapons. Garrett Nussmeier is a much better quarterback than Brock Vandagriff.
Yeah, no, sure, whatever. Doesn't matter. We all lost. And the big thing is that at the end of the game, you heard Shane Beamer say it himself. There was lazy narratives this week. They were lazy as all hell. They played down to the wire against Old Dominion.
I feel like I know
we all think of this offense is not going to be, but we don't think of this offense is going to be anything. We think it's going to be anemic at best. And even if this is a close call, you still feel like Kentucky's going to pull away late. They did it. It was a domination from start to finish, top to bottom. No other way to put it. Gamecock Nation owns Big Blue Nation. And now you just look at the Gamecocks and you have the momentum going into next week to get another masterful win against a top 15 team. And they can do it with this defense. Let's just talk about it real fast. Lenore Sellers capitalized when he had to. I think that was the biggest takeaway that I had. No, he had 2 drives. Dave, 2 drives would have won this game. He connects with Brown for the 21-yard gain, then he finds Bennett for the 24-yard touchdown. He maneuvers outside the pocket, delivers a beautiful unscripted pass to Bennett for a 32-yard gain. Then he finds Simon for the touchdown. On the explosive plays, when they were working, when they had to work, they did. And that is the true difference in this game. You corralled Brock Vandagriff and later on Gavin Wimsatt into making mistakes. You took away the run game. You made this offense one-dimensional. There were so many miscommunicated penalties by this Wildcats team. Nothing to be said. Yeah, and that's a testament to the defense.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think this game wasn't that surprising. I think I took the 8.5 and hit the under. I feel good with my picks. I would go back, probably pick Kentucky. I mean, this wasn't like some massive upset. I think the Cal-Auburn game was more. Again, I think this game specifically, I think I'm more disappointed in Kentucky's offense overall, though. Because I still think South Carolina, they're okay. I don't think there's some night and day difference than they were last week offensively. I mean, still, you threw for 166 yards. You rushed for 86. I think when they face better defenses across the board and they're not getting put in short field positions, I still think South Carolina is who I thought they were, a 5 to 6 win team. I mean, again, great win, though. I didn't expect them to win the game. I'm just not going to go change my pick and have them at 11-1 or 10-2.
No, I mean, I have them going 6-6. I think maybe now I have them going 7-5 because this was one of those losses that I had on the schedule. Now I think they get a win. I still think that right now, depending on what this offense looks like next week against LSU, or really tonight, what this defense looks like against God, Nicholls State, you may feel more confident in this game. But I really walk away feeling more consistently better about this team, about this South Carolina team. Defensively,
you feel better. You feel better than you did last week, for sure.
But honestly, they were great, and it wasn't a great performance. It wasn't. We could pick holes, and we could say how many 3-and-outs there were, how many times the offense had penalties that were taken back. We can talk about it, but in the moment that matters, the explosive plays that you saw from Lenore Sellers stepped up. They 100% stepped up. He did. You saw it. You watched him connect for 24-yard games, and then immediately get into the end zone. That's it. It was not a good performance, but when you
either team, yeah. But
when you needed the answer, one stepped up and the other one didn't. That's what it was.
I would say it was an ugly game across the board, for sure. I would agree with you on that. I would say it's an ugly game across the board. I mean, South Carolina won the football game. I was more surprised. The biggest takeaway I had from it, because I knew South Carolina would play well up front. The biggest surprise for me was how bad Kentucky was in offense. I mean, that made Connor Wigman's performance last week against Notre Dame look good.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. Let's talk about Brock Vandegrift. 3 of 10, 30 yards and an interception. And one was a pick six. That 100% happened. Like, it was a great – and by the way, I said last week, if your offense can match your defense, I said in the what if show, the questions for week 2, if your offense can match your defense, you're going to keep this thing close. They did. They 100% did. The defense once again delivered.
The defense was going to keep this. If South Carolina were to win this game, that's exactly what had to happen. And again, I was wrong in this game. I see people in the comments getting their panties in a wad over it. I'm saying that. I'm just not saying South Carolina is going to go win 8 games now. I still feel the exact same way. I'm not saying you are, Cole, either, but I'm sure some of these South Carolina.
No, I mean, they're maybe 8 and 4.
6 and 6, 7 and 5.
I could see 8 and 4. I could see it.
My thing now is, let's say it was an ugly game across the board. I don't know if you go beat Ole Miss today playing like that. It's kind of what I'm saying. But
Dave, you also have to realize during the second quarter, they ran 18 plays on the ground. 18 consistent rush attempts. And then you just watch as this defensive line goes, we know you're running it. We're going to take you out. We know that you're going to immediately find yourself behind the sticks. That's just it. They were so one-dimensional as an offense and so borderline boring as an offense. South Carolina got to capitalize. That's just the way I view it. Nicky Emmanwori with the big pick six, that to me stabilized it 100%. Knew immediately at that point, game was over. What's the point of even watching? You turn to the double screen. It was a little different, but it was like kind of the same for me when you talk about the SEC game of the week where Michigan and it's Texas and it's down to the wire and you're thinking, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I'll flip the game on over to Oklahoma State and Arkansas, see what that shindig is. No, what it is it's the same thing. You felt, oh, South Carolina's got this in the bag. Not going to care anymore. Let's turn on Auburn and Cal and let's see if they can pull this one out. That's how it felt. And you can't sell me on that was not the case. Every way you put it, South Carolina won that game. They won it start to bottom. No questions asked whatsoever.
No, it was in dominating fashion. 31-6. It was probably similar to kind of what we were talking about the Texas-Michigan game. Really didn't even feel that close. I feel like once South Carolina scored the touchdown to go up, 11 in the second half, it was kind of
they were up 10, they were up by 11, 17-6.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When they scored the second touchdown in the second, or they scored the first touchdown in the second half, I was like, Kentucky's not going to be able to score. Yeah, I mean, South Carolina's deep. Give Clayton White credit. He has become – I still have question marks, though, when they play a more complete team than Kentucky offensively. I think that's fair. I still am not 100% sold on Lenore Sellers yet, on Dow Logan yet. I'm not sold on them 100% yet to go win some big game. And again, today, great win. I mean, dude, I didn't expect them to win. That's why I don't know why everybody's all mad. I mean, I said I'm wrong, but I still didn't change my fact on South Carolina. I still think they're a 5 to 6 win team.
Can we just talk about Dylan Stewart? Can we talk about how good he is?
Monster. Dude, everybody wanted to talk about Nick Harper last year, but now Dylan Stewart's actually living up to the hype.
Monster. Guy was phenomenal, winning point after point after point, getting the backfield. Last week, you saw him get 1.5 sacks, you get the big force fumble, get you set up inside the red zone to capitalize and get the win. Today, another performance where he was consistently winning one-on-ones against this offensive line. That is what you want to see if you're a South Carolina team. They absolutely were beating. He was winning matchups on double teams. Like, he was a cut above everybody else. He is clearly one of the best players already at his position in the SEC, and he's going to get better. That, I think, is the crazy part. Like, when you think about the South Carolina team, I think right now, the momentum that's going to be carried over into next week and throughout the rest of the season, this is why you can't doubt them. I don't doubt Shane Beamer. I never have. I said at the start of the year, I thought he was going to be a guy that gets above the win total. He's gotten above the win total the last 2 years. Then last year, he took a step back. Everyone was going to take a step back with that offensive line and without having consistent plays on the run game. You were. It just was the case. But he's hit above the over time after time after time. He's going to have them prepared against LSU. I have no doubt about that. He's going to have them prepared against Ole Miss. I think when they go to Oklahoma, that is the biggest trap game for the Sooners of all trap games in the history of college football because it's after Red River. You're going to have a performance that you can deliver on 100%. South Carolina, to me today, once again showed, I don't care what the outside noise is saying. I don't care what the folks are saying on national television. I don't care what the narratives have been written about us. We're going to play our brand of football, and we're going to come out and deliver. And we all fell for it because I don't know a single person.
I mean, I'll say I feel worse about Kentucky. South Carolina is exactly who I think they are. I don't really, on my whole season total, I'm not wrong on that. This game I'm more disappointed in Kentucky. That's what I would say from that standpoint.
So let's talk about it. Is there a quarterback battle now going on in Kentucky?
For sure.
There has to be.
There has to. I mean, you would have to give you and me a chance right now. I mean, and to be fair, I think I saw something was like 9 out of 15. There was not at one point, it was like 9 out of 15 passing attempts. He was under pressure. And they've had They lost 2 guys, two starters on the offensive line during this game. It was already a questionable offensive line. But yeah, I mean, it's not just the quarterback. It's a lot of the quarterback. They got to figure out the offensive line too. But I'm with you, Cole. They got to you got to do something, right?
The problem is that do you feel good about either side? Either quarterback right now. I mean, Gavin Wimsatt, he came on in. He still wasn't able to do anything. 3 of 7, 14 yards, another interception. I mean, you watch as this team took advantage. They bullied Kentucky into making mistakes. Brock Vandagriff, 3 of 10. I got to make it clear. The offensive line was abysmal. It was abysmal in this performance because of, you look at the 3 completions that he made, 2 were under pressure. He still was throwing off his back foot. He never, ever said that he was ever going to be that great. Like, we never saw him feel comfortable. But also, you didn't see Gavin Wimsatt feel comfortable. And there comes a moment where you're supposed to be able to take on the mantle and completely change the course. And you didn't. And the run game was anemic in the second half. Really, the only problem that I had on the entire performance of the day was, why did you let Lenore Sars throw that interception? Like, why did you let Lenore Sars throw that interception right before halftime? Like, why didn't you let yourself get the ball, run down the clock, and punt it? Because if then the score would have been 31-3. You realize that, right? Because they got the field goal right before half. You were throwing late in your own end, like in your own territory. Outside of that, I don't really have a problem. We're nitpicking. Like, we really are nitpicking with this game. Yeah. And honestly, there's no point to. We just got to admit we're wrong. And I don't care. South Carolina fans, you want to come for me in the comment section, call me a goober, call me an idiot. I don't really care because if I was wrong, I'll admit it.
I was wrong in this game, but I do think South Carolina fans in the comments thinking they're going 15-0. I think we got to change up and say, I mean, Cole, I think you would agree.
Here we go. Here we go.
Come on.
There we go.
Come on now. Come on now.
Cole,
there you go. There you go. Let him hear it.
Would you agree, Cole? They need to improve offensively.
Mark Stoops fucking stinks.
Yes, he does.
He stinks.
He stinks on ice.
I'm not going to be here long, boys. I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't mean to interrupt, but you know what? Mark Stoops stinks. He stinks. He absolutely stinks. It's the last year of Mark. He should have left when he got the Texas A&M job. I'm walking to the fucking Tennessee NC State game. Mark Stoops, you are a bozo who should have left last year. Brock Vandagriff, you are trash. And you know what? I may find myself in Columbia next week, and then I told myself I wouldn't go there. So you know what? This is a crazy year, boys. This is a crazy year.
Right. Now I feel really dumb because watch NC State come back and win this game by double.
You know what? I've been getting hella trash in my DMs. You picked Kentucky. Yeah, you damn right I did. But you know what? I didn't know the defense was that legit. So here we are. I'll get out of your way, boys. Y'all give them hell. I'm going to go watch Nico eat up NC State, but
it's not going to happen at this point.
I had to chop it up. Hey, I had to chop it up.
They were calling you out, dude. It was like a WWE
I had to
Monday
chop
Night
it up.
Raw. They were wondering where you were. We had to hear the intro music. We had to have
I got crushed. I got crushed on social media. So did you, Dave. So did you, Cole.
Oh, I know I
got
did.
crushed. Damn it. Here I am. So let's go. I'll face the music. I'll own up to it. I don't know how the hell that defense shut them down to that level.
Because they're that good.
Hey, but
they're
you know what?
Good.
But you know what? Hey, you know what? You know what? Who bet the under? Who bet the under? We all did.
Oh, we all did. I say we all did.
That was the biggest lie of the week. I told people going into it, the under was the lock of the week. I'm with Cole, too. I probably would have taken the 8.5, 9.5 when it got to it. It's going to be a close game because South Carolina's defensive line.
A good day for the under is a good day for the plunder, boys. Y'all have a good one. I'll let you go. Y'all keep going. I had to interject. Cole, you look great, man. You look great. Yeah, Cole's about to lose it. Cole's about to lose it. Look
yeah, I am.
He's about to lose it. Cole's about to lose it.
Yeah, I'm sure I am. Because I should have listened to myself.
All right, boys. See you later. Hey, I might join you Tennessee NC State postgame when NC
Nico
State
balls out.
Spread. I'm walking to the stadium. Hey, how about it, boys? How about it? God,
Here we go.
All right. See ya.